What's up, my fellow wiper downers? It's Danny with Danny's Auto Detailing, and I am here going to be doing an exterior maintenance detail for a customer of mine that I detail every 3 weeks. This is my daughter Charlie, so everybody say hi to Charlie. Say hi to everybody, Charlie.
Hello.
And she's my tag along today. She really wanted to come out with me today to be with her dad, you know, so I couldn't, how can you say no to something like that, right? So follow me as I set up. This is my customer, Brunero.
Hi.
And he's been with me for, I don't know, maybe going on 2 years now?
2 years.
He started off with an exterior detail, and then we decided to do a maintenance plan every 3 weeks because he owns a very nice car that looks good. You're welcome. And especially these rims, these performance brakes, they really need to be, that's what you care about a lot, right?
I do.
The clean wheels.
They always get very dirty.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask you, like, Brunero, how did you find me the first time that we...
I went on Google and I Googled car detailer near me.
Mm-hmm.
And you showed up.
Okay.
And I don't remember if there were others, but...
There's none. No others.
So I'm glad I found you.
Did something prompt you to say, hey, I'll hire this guy, or...
Not really.
Okay.
I called you, I talked to you,
Okay.
you're personable. I thought, well, give him a try, see.
Wonderful.
How it works out.
Yeah. So it's worked out pretty good. We come back here about every 3 weeks.
Very satisfied, very satisfied.
How did we decide on the 3 weeks, every 3 weeks, you know?
Well, I don't drive the car a whole lot, but I wanted to look, you know, shiny and new. Seemed like the sweet spot, 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah, it's good.
So, Brunero, what made you want to get a detail? Why not continue with a car wash?
You know, I'm car proud. You know, I'm not ashamed to admit it. And I've always wanted my car to look new.
All right, Danny.
Thank
What you doing now, man?
All right, well, I'm kind of setting up my area here, making sure it's nice and clean and presentable. And then I'm going to get started with the wheels and tires, of course, as every detailer knows. That's the place you start first because it's the dirtiest.
And just making sure this is only an exterior detail.
Just an exterior, that's right.
What you spraying on right now, Danny?
I am spraying on Superior Products Dark Fury. Someone in the YouTube comments recommended it to me one time, and I thought I'd give it a try, and I really like it for the wheels. So I dilute it 4:1, and it works really, really well. It's cheaper than some other products that are out there, and I can get more out of it because I can dilute it. So, but then I'm using P&S Undressed for the tires itself.
Let me ask you, do you like chemicals that you get to dilute, or do you like chemicals that are ready to go?
Well, economically, I think dilutable chemicals are better, right? Because you get more for it. And since I'm running a business and I'm doing lots of cars, it's nice to not have to replenish so often, right? Go to the store and buy everything. So since I do this car so often, that the dirt just comes right off. I don't have to do a lot of heavy work on this car.
All right, Danny. So it's been a while since we last recorded. How's business going?
Right on, yeah, well, business is actually going well. I'm constantly busy. I'm always booked full time, you know, so I got no complaints there, no shortage of work. But I ran into some issues where I got so many calls and email requests that I found myself responding to everybody and basically just to tell them that I'm booked out and that I can't work with them, you know, because they don't want to wait that long, you know. So that was turning into a problem for me. I was losing customers, right? And I'm not ready to expand and hire people. So I did a couple things. I found another detailer in my neighborhood, with him a few times, trusted him, and I've been sending leads to him when I can, and he's been able to get more booked out. So that's helping, right? Obviously those customers are going to him now, but that's totally fine. At least I'm able to help, and people are very thankful of that. Then also another problem that I was running into was that I wasn't getting back to emails as quickly as I wanted to, you know, because I'm trying to spend more time with my family. When I get home, it's really hard to be home and then still on my phone, pretty much ignoring my family, you know. So I was turning off the phone at a certain time and telling myself I'd get back to these emails tomorrow, and then tomorrow came and I'm just grinding it out at work, and I found that I was neglecting email customers. So just recently, after speaking to a good friend of mine in San Diego, he said, why don't you go try to do some online bookings, you know? Get people to like book online. And I thought that, you know, that's something that I've always had an opportunity to do with the system that I use, but I just was a little too afraid of it because I wanted to have that personal touch. And then I spoke to another customer of mine. He says, you should do the online booking because that's the thing right now. And also, you have a great website and you're You have Google reviews and you've got Instagram and everything that tells your story. And when I hired you, I felt like I knew you already. I was already sold. So recently I switched up my website a little bit to take some online bookings, along with the contact form. It's a little slow going, but I'm figuring it out, and I think I like that a little bit. What do you guys think of online booking? How do you respond to that? I just don't want to lose that personal touch with my customers, right? So if you have any tips on online booking, please let me know, because I'd love to hear it in the comments.
All right, Danny, people want to know the secret, man. How are you getting so much customers?
In the very beginning, I put in a lot of time building up my website with keywords and things that'll help with search engine optimization. On top of that, I spent a lot of time getting Google reviews from my customers. And I know that Google puts people up front the more reviews they get. And so I've got 133 reviews, I think, right now, all 5-star. Very blessed, thank you. Thank you, Lord. And that helps a lot, right? But what also helps is when the customers finally call me, I feel like me being very personable, friendly, smiling, even though they can't see me, and trying to be just as friendly as possible to the customers and relating to their issues. Instead of asking them, is there pet hair, sand, stains, which I do, I've decided to start asking, what's the main reason why you're coming to me today? Why are you calling a detailer? And then it gives them a chance to open up, and they'll actually tell me what the main problem is for their car. So now I know what they really want, and I can serve them better. I can acknowledge what they really want instead of them just asking my formulated questions. And when a customer gets an idea that you care about what they really want, then you can build a relationship, and I feel that that puts you in a higher category above other detailers or service people in different businesses when you can do something like that.
One issue detailers have is they don't want to answer the phone calls because they're busy, they're trying to finish the detail. What do you guys say about that?
So I've been there. I've done the same thing because I'm deep in the detail. I want to get it done. I'm focused, and sometimes the phone calls take an extra 10 minutes out of your time. But what I realize now is that lots of times they don't leave a message. Sometimes I don't get back to them fast enough and they already booked someone else. It's better for me to take a moment to answer the phone and see what they're all about, I can't tell you how many times a customer has said, hey, thanks for answering the phone. No one's answering the phone here. This puts you above everybody else. You actually, I know you're busy, congratulations. I'm not gonna be able to work with you obviously because you're booked out, but I appreciate you, and I'll definitely come back, right? So just to hear that type of feedback from people that I'm not even booking tells me I'm going in the right direction. So if you guys are wondering on how to get more business, first of all, there's no real magic to it. You got to put in time and be consistent and just be really friendly to the customers and take a moment to figure out what their needs are versus what you need out of that phone call.
All right, Danny, done with the wheels. What's next?
I'm gonna foam it up, wash it down, dry it with a blower. I'm gonna use some Sonax spray and seal because it works great and seals the car up, and it's always beating. It's always beating, It's got a pre-rinse going, just to get some of that dust off first before I foam it up, so that I drag the least amount of dust on my towels or whatever as possible. I love detailing this type of weather when the sun's not out. The sky is just like a big softbox. I like it because it almost mimics like indoors, because I can let my chemicals dwell if I need to a little longer, I don't have to worry so much about things that chemicals can do if you let them sit too long. So I really enjoy the weather like this, except it's a little misty, so I could do without the mist.
What kind of tire dressing are we applying, Danny?
Today we are doing P&S Dressed. It's a shop safe chemical, which doesn't matter for me really. But I bought the undressed. I'm trying the dressed. It's nice. It lasts a couple weeks or something like that. When I don't need to use Dark Side, which is my preferred CarPro Dark Side. On a maintenance customer who I see often, you don't need to put the stuff that lasts longer than when you're gonna see them again, So.
right, Danny, you're packing it up. How long does it take to put everything away?
Oh, it's easy, man. Sometimes like 5 minutes. Yeah, I got it down, you know. And plus, this is just an exterior. I don't have many things out, and everything can just be picked up. Watch, I'll even carry one thing in each hand. And also what I like to do is put things away as I go. Like I put the hose away right when I was done using it, so it looks nice, you know. And when it's time to really pack everything, I don't have to be putting up the hose. It's already done.
You're done with the maintenance. For maintenance customers, do you call them out? Do you send them pictures? Do you leave? What's the process like?
It depends on the customer. For this particular customer, I call him out, he looks at it, he pays me, and he drives his car back in. But some customers, they're busy, or they just leave the garage door open for me and I do it, and then they trust. You know, he trusts too, but they'll just trust because it's so frequent that I've already proven myself, and they know that when they step in their car, it's going to be to their liking, you know. So there are people that don't even look at all, which is a compliment, really, you know. All right, guys, so that was my exterior maintenance process. I will tell you it does vary on different vehicles, but for this vehicle, that's kind of how I do it, and it works out great for me and the customer every 3 weeks on a Saturday morning. Gets me out of the house. What's your favorite thing to do on a detail? Is it the interior or exterior? I know there's a lot of guys that just like to do interiors, and there's some guys that just hate doing interiors. Let me know in the comments below, and let's talk about it. And don't forget, be good to yourself, be good to others, and don't detail angry.